All right, welcome to our coffee chat for August 4th, which for me, August is like happy, sad. It's my birthday month, but it's also like summer before we know it is going to be gone. So I'm like always happy slash worried when I see August 1st come, but I'm so thankful that we have so much momentum and so many amazing new faces, new products, new things to get excited about. I'm someone who thrives off of new stuff. If I don't have new exciting things coming into my life and in the Beachbody world, I am bored. So this is all my jam right now. I'm definitely a creative at heart, so I think that's why I really enjoyed the Slay Squad call last night with Angie Bellamar. She's been top 10 a couple times. She just does Beachbody so different. And it's funny because I've always taught our team and any coach I've worked with that success leaves clues, right? And so for me, I literally would not be where I am today without looking at what other successful people are doing and learning and making it my own. But I know for some people, sometimes the comparison game makes it difficult to look at other successful people and kind of pick up on some new ideas. But if I can teach you guys any skill or any new mindset to adopt in this new season, where there's a lot of new coming in, new programs, we have new things on Share a Cart now. The world is evolving, social media is evolving, like everything is literally evolving. The way we're doing workouts, we have pre and postnatal workouts now. We're going to have meditation on Beachbody On Demand. I'm excited about that. So whenever there's new stuff that comes out and I hear leaders speaking on what they're going to do going forward, how are they going to take a launch or how are they going to market things, I'm just freaking so excited because I want to gobble up what they're doing because they're the pros for a reason. And then I've learned to make it my own. So if you're someone that struggles with that, maybe challenge yourself this month to just look at the coaches that do inspire you, not to say, oh, look at them, I don't have that, or I can't do that, but to look at them as a role model for you to get a little bit excited for something new. Literally, guys, if I don't have something to like recreate or something to get excited about, if I did the same thing for all these 7 years, no one would ever want to do that. So we always have to consistently be reinventing. So I'm telling you guys this because this is kind of like the middle breaking point of 2020 of the year. Granted, 2020 is crazy, but this is that teetering point where the momentum's either going to go continue or it's easy to just kind of be like, I'm not really sure where to go forward. And every new month that I find myself in the same spot of what am I going to do that's new and exciting for me personally this month. Everything I do foundationally and fundamentally is the same. Our vital behaviors are the same, but I always like to add a new little flair. And I think that's why I got really excited and I did the Nutrition Plus tour. I streamed it live into the team page. I think that's why I got really excited for that this month because I personally, in my own journey, was getting inspired to try new recipes, and it was exactly what I needed to get excited about something. And so just ask yourself, maybe for this month, it's Team Cup, really excited for that. We're going to talk about Team Cup today. We'll talk about promo codes. I'm going to give some new coach tips and info. We're going to have a couple guest speakers come on here. A date for the meditation. So now I just saw your question. I asked last night in the VIP page and they said no official date. I think everything is just like so much happening with their COVID delays. And so they're probably not going to give us an actual date until they even know what's happening, but they did say August. So that's all I got for that part. I just know that it is for sure coming this month. But before I lose my train of thought, sorry. I was just thinking about what I could share with you guys today that I think will be helpful. It's a lot of different topics and things like that. And I asked Katie Rainey, who is one of our newer diamonds. She just hit Success Club 10 for the first time ever. Woo! So excited for her. Actually, let me say she's also never hit Success Club before. And she hit Diamond and Success Club 10. So big freaking deal. It's so cool. She's been leading the way in her virtual wellness studio. And I just am so excited to watch her continue to fly. I'm on Team Cup with her, so maybe I'm biased, but I'm super excited for that. And so she asked some questions that I think are a lot of new coaches might have the same questions that she had asked in our little chat yesterday. So, and then we're also going to have Haley Garrett, whose energy just always gets me excited. She's one of those people who, we have a very similar like priming energy when like there's a toddler running around. And so when I like need a little like please world save me right now and I go to watch Haley's story, I'm like, okay, good, she's having a day too. And so like I just relate a lot to Haley right now, and I was like, hey, you want to like hop on the call and share some tips for how you're going to rock August? So selfishly I am asking Haley to share because again, I just love seeing little Veda run around. It's crazy, right? So that's what we have on the agenda today. I can talk forever, so let's just kind of dive in. If you didn't watch the National Wake Up Call yesterday, I know lots of calls, but it's an exciting season. I wrote down a couple things that really stood out to me that I think kind of reminded me yesterday on August 3rd, which was 3 days too late if you ask me, to get excited for this month. Like I was waiting for a new month and then it kind of happened. I mean, granted, my husband did have surgery. I'm not going to make excuses, but I kind of was like, oh my God, it's August 3rd and I haven't like made a Team Cup chat thread. I haven't like put out my goals or anything like that. And so Ashley yesterday reminded me, like, what am I believing in my mind that's possible for this month? And so if you're on a Team Cup, I want you guys to really ask yourself, what decision have you made for this month? Are you still living in the, I'm overwhelmed, there's too many things happening, bod ropes are back ordered, this is back ordered? Because I know it's easy to kind of get wrapped up in that sometimes, but what if we really ask ourselves and challenge ourselves this month to focus on our mindset plus our roadmap, which we all know is business activities, right? Like this team knows how to slay goals. I still haven't posted, I have it on my computer, the final July Success Club board, like literally my jaw was on the floor. It was so amazing. Every month, you guys continue to blow me away. But you know, when a new month comes, we put all this effort into prior month. Sometimes it's hard to carry that through to the next month because we're kind of tired or we feel a little burnt out. So I think Ashley's National Wake Up Call was a great reminder to ask ourselves, where's my mindset at for the month of August? Am I getting wrapped up in anything that's negative or holding me back? Am I still living in July? Because it's so easy to just assume that that energy is going to carry through. And we have to remember, as Haley may talk about today, I don't know, she often talks about it, that we are responsible to create that energy. Because the power plant does not have energy, it creates that energy. And our team's great at that, and we have lots of newbies, so I love to kind of pass that culture down. But asking yourself, where's your mindset at and where's your goals at? It's super easy to look at Team Cup and say, I will hit Success Club. That is the super comfy, easy route for months like Team Cup. And I think that, or I know that Beachbody does 2 Team Cups a year because they want us to come together and see how we can challenge ourselves. And so these are just kind of, you know, some checkpoints, some self-reflective points to ask yourself, what decision have you made for August and why? And for me, honestly, I haven't hit Success Club 20 in probably a year and a half, and that was me for July. And so now I'm telling myself, you know, my decision that I've made for my goals for August and why I'm setting those goals is because I want to keep that momentum up. And so rather than just saying, I'll hit Success Club and help 3 to 5 people, set the bar high for yourself and ask yourself why you want to do that. And I think that that's going to really align what you're going to show up and do every single day. Because how many months is 7 years? I don't even know. I don't have a calculator and I'm really stuck in math. But that's a lot of months to wake up and say, I'm going to hit Success Club. If I just kept it very surface level and plain, some months it wouldn't entice me. It wouldn't be enough for me to drive to Success Club because hitting Success Club isn't really a reason. Growing my business is, helping people is, feeling the love, feeling like I'm serving other people, giving myself that reason. That's why I'm going to wake up every month. And Team Cup just makes it fun because you have other people sharing their whys and their hows and everything like that. So I love how Ashley also talked about running fast, but also taking breaks. She's like, guys, Team Cup month is the month that you go all in, you 10x your efforts, and then come September 1st, you can give yourself a little bit of a break. She's like, you're not going to do nothing, you're not going to stop, but you also, I keep repeating myself because right now my mentor is reminding me that leadership is repetition. So if my leaders have been with me for years, you guys keep hearing this, but it's the airplane example, right? You get on the airplane, it stopped. You have to get on the airplane, and then as you're progressing down the tarmac, you know that the plane is going to pick up a lot of speed. And then when it gets into the air, you kind of feel it slow down a little bit because it has that momentum. And that's what August is. You're sitting at a dead stop right now, technically, right? First of the month kind of thing. And you're going to have to go really fast so you get that speed. And for the rest of the month, show yourself what you're made of. But promise me that you will strategically be smart with boundaries, energy, filling your cup with joy. There's a difference between 10xing your efforts and not taking breaks, but also 10xing your efforts and taking breaks. You can do, what, isn't it crazy that you can 10x your efforts, but also strategically build in moments for yourself? Burning myself out and working this business and hustling is almost a curse for me because I love it so much, but I know that this season is important because, you know, as the colder weather comes, it's going to be harder for me. So I'm going to ride this wave as long as I can. So one other thing that I'll talk about, that if you didn't watch the Slay Squad call from last night, something that Angie just really inspires me with is sharing my value and figuring out how I'm going to do it. And I think that's really what sets apart a lot of coaches, from the Beachbody coach to the successful leader, servant, going big with this business. Because there's lots of Beachbody coaches, right? But there's just this difference that I see, and it's so hard to articulate in words, but I know the big thing is that that coach that is well exceeding their goals and really changing lives in a big way, is that they found their it factor. That's what we kind of call it as leaders. Like, there's something about this coach, they just have this it factor to them. And that means that they've figured out how they are going to share their value, how they are going to make a difference. And it goes back to, I used to often talk about, you know, the Beachbody coach that would share their Twitter update, as I call it, like, did my workout, drank my shake, check. Like, no one really cares about that part, but that's why we talk so much. And Candace has done that. Haley has been doing that. Keith has been doing that in the Diamond Dash. They're talking about how to share your story in a way that is speaking to people, that's going to inspire them to take action. Whether or not someone goes food shopping and starts to eat healthier, or whether or not they sign up with you, you have the ability to influence people. So this month, if you can figure out what your superpower is, what way you can share value. Angie inspired me last night to dive into my blog again, because I have a lot of people that do swipe up when I link things. I do have a lot of people that ask for information, and I always believe in third-party tools. And so for me right now, I'm excited to build my creativity, to learn how to share more value. That's why I got so pumped about Nutrition Plus, because when someone asks for a meal plan, I want to crawl in a hole and die. I will never make a meal plan. And so I'm so excited that I can now give them 1 free week of sample meal plans. And then if they want to, you know, invest in Nutrition Plus, cool. But I'm finding my edge for the month of August. I'm going to show people that I'm not just saying, swipe up to join my virtual wellness studio. I'm going to go above and beyond to share what value I bring, not what Beachbody brings, because that's the same for everyone. They can go to beachbody.com and get Muscle Burns Fat. What value are you going to bring? What's your superpower? Don't spend a million hours on it. You know what I mean? Just have a little thought process that goes into that, and I feel like you guys will have such a big month. And if you didn't watch Angie's call and you need some inspiration on that, again, don't look at what Angie does and say, oh, I have to go make a YouTube and videos and a blog and a website and a Pinterest. She's showing you what she's been doing for years and years, so that you can take one tool if you want to, if you need some fresh ideas, if that's the kind of person that you are in terms of how you learn, like me, that might be a great way to feel inspired. I listen to every call that I possibly can. If you guys knew the hours of calls that I'm on a week, it's insane, but every single week I'm inspired with new content from other people because they think different than me. And so I think it's really special. Okay, time, perfect. All right, like I said, we're going to talk about a lot of different things today, but I wanted to share with you guys how I personally am using, and if you guys have ideas, I would love to hear from you too, how we're going to use these promo codes, since they can't be used for Muscle Burns Fat Challenge packs. And I'm kind of a share a cart lover. I spend some time in there every month configuring challenge packs and learning the prices, not learning, but just kind of, you know, I have a really crazy mind. Like, I can see something and my mind just remembers it forever. I guess I kind of have like a photographic memory, but like I can go into ShareCart and I started pricing out, okay, how much would it be for someone if they wanted to do 2B Mindset with 3-day refresh and Shakeology and use my $20 promo code. And so I just kind of started pricing out some things. And so again, what's going to work for me and my people might be different for yours, but that's a little skill and a tip and a tool I wanted to share with you. And I try to come up with like 2, 3, or 4 options that are different. Because yeah, we're going to sell a shit ton of MBF challenge packs, but since we can't this month with the promo codes, you have to get a little creative. And so this is where, when I was talking about the Muscle Burns Fat launch team call, it's so important for you to have a list of follow-ups, whether it's an email. I don't care where your list is, but you've got to have a list. You have to have that 10 in play, right? And so for me, I know who needs what because I have notes. And so it's always good for me to go back and be like, okay, we discuss nutrition. She's a busy mom. I have a lot of moms that are working at home with their children and they've never done that before. So for me, I ask them when we're talking about nutrition, I say, are you wanting to meal plan or meal prep? And if they want to prep, I think Ultimate Portion Fix is great for that. But for me, as a mom with only one child who's actually in school some days now, I seriously could not wrap my head around someone telling me I have to meal prep, but I love meal planning. And so I know what I have to go food shopping for, but I'm not going to prep all my food. The containers, just not my forte, but there's a lot of babes I'm looking at right here that they swear by the containers. It's so awesome that we have access to, understand both programs. But so you have to know when you're talking to people what their needs are. And on your follow-up list, there hopefully is some type of note. And so I have a lot of people, 100% of my people that I talk to, we talk nutrition because abs are made in the kitchen. Healthy lifestyle is also made in the kitchen. And we know that the lasting effects come from helping them, those customers change their eating habits. And so I'm really honestly, the only creative thing I could think of is figuring out a couple really cool challenge packs, but the nutrition packs. So someone can get the Beachbody on, like I'm thinking of the new pre and postnatal bar workout. Since that's on demand, like a new mom for me, or even someone who's not interested in muscle burns fat, which I know might be mind blowing, but not everyone wants to do that. One of my customers was like, I want nothing to do with the ropes. And I told her, like, you can just pretend. She's like, I don't want to be jumping like that. I'm like, you can modify. She's like, I don't want to. So it was great that I could still offer her the Beachbody On Demand Challenge Pack with Shakeology. And so I really feel like this is going to challenge you guys to ask more questions and speak to that value on your stories this month, on your post this month, to what's beyond just muscle burns fat. And I think we should be doing that anyway. Get excited about it. I'm doing muscle burns fat, starting advanced the day it comes out. But just don't forget about the extra pieces that, by the way, cough, cough, the nutrition aspect is what builds your income, not Beachbody On Demand. Okay? So nutrition, Shakeology, and having people stay on their products, that's how you build your income. Not that I'm here to talk about income, but I know that I'm going to have lifelong customers who come back to me who want to do all the new workouts because they're slaying their nutrition goals because we're talking about nutrition. So I talk a lot about my postpartum journey because I'm still healing from some injuries. And so I'm actually going to be doing a post or an Instagram story about how we have this new program where they get access to all of our workouts with the new pre and postnatal bar workouts with Shakeology, and I can give them a $20 promo code. That would make Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology $140 because it's normally $160. They get a promo code. The 3-day refresh, which I can't remember when a back order may start, but the issue right now with everything with COVID is the supplements. And 3-day refresh has all those extra supplements in the little packages like the fiber sweep and all that. And so I know that our supply chain is just really strained overall. So they haven't announced a back order yet, but they said if this 3-day refresh, a lot of people are talking about 3-day refresh because of what I'm talking about right now with not being able to use the promo codes. So it could go on a back order, who knows, but that option for them is $140. So guys, think about that. Shakeology is $130. Like someone goes and buys it, and how many of your customers order their stuff every month and pay $130 for Shakeology? This month with their promo code, they can literally get, with your promo code, a 3-day refresh with Shakeology for $140. It's pretty freaking good. So just getting creative with that, play around with ShareCart. You guys might have some fun. Another really popular one, I know Megan Oller, I don't know, I suck at pronouncing names, always sells the Deluxe Challenge Pack. And so you'll get Beachbody On Demand with Shakeology and the Performance line for $200 this month with a $20 off promo code. So you, like, what's your superpower, right? What's your value? I don't do 3-day refreshes, but if I have a girl that comes to me and says that she like wants a little cleanse, a little, pick me up, I offer the 3-day refresh because I know it works. Even though I don't do it personally, I have the confidence to be able to recommend it, especially because she'll be able to save $20 off on that challenge pack. So I wrote on here just to kind of remind you guys, like, I think sometimes when we're sharing on stories, and I always go back at the end of the day and I watch my stories, and I catch myself doing this sometimes, where I made it about my journey so much that I forget to speak about how I can help other people. I forget to speak about, like, hey, I'm sharing my journey so that I can help show you what's possible. Here's what I do as a coach. And so I think if we can get creative this month and speak to whatever value is in the nutrition realm, I really feel like if you can make your stories and speaking to them and your stories making it about them, it's really going to help you. I think you'll realize that your promo codes are probably going to go like that because you're speaking to someone else about how you can help them with insert, if you're a meal planner, you need to talk about your planning. If you're a meal prepper, you need to talk about your prepping. If you're a Shakeology wizard, you need to talk about why this makes your day easier. I'm all the things other than 3-day refresh pretty much. So I'm really focusing on that this month. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but okay. Do you guys have any other ideas? Well, you guys were chatting up Storm. Sorry, I didn't see. Yes, and as Janelle said, MBF is still on sale for $20. Still a huge value. Actually, I'll give you guys an example of what happened to me in my inbox last night. So I did my follow-ups last night with someone who didn't sign up in July. She actually had to share a cart out, didn't do it. And sometimes when we have those $20 off promos and they end, you're like, sorry, you missed out. But because we still have it going on, I followed up with her, and she's having like knee issues. And so MBF didn't appeal to her. She was the one that was like, I don't want to jump. I don't want to do the ropes. It's just not what I want to do. And I said, well, just so you know, I'm more than happy to still actually help you with your nutrition as well. And so that's when I started playing with share a cart and pricing out what would meet her needs. And even though, like, I wasn't pressuring her, I said, I know that you were really excited to do MBF and that's not going to work out right now, but let me give you some other options so that I can at least help you get started and we can start working together. So I gave her some options, and it's something that she's reviewing today. And if she does it, cool. But I made it all about her, how I can help her. That's perfect, Megan. Megan was saying that she had a girl, she just had surgery, and she had the customer get 2B Mindset to work on nutrition and Shakeology. And that's exactly the only thing that like cracks my heart a little bit, and that is that with MBF they get access to both programs. And so it's kind of like, okay, you have to be really good at qualifying someone, and Megan, I know you are. You have to be really good at qualifying someone that they need 2B Mindset. You know what I mean? Like, my girls literally come to me and say, I have barely enough time to work out. So I feel like if I was like, please go fill these containers and like go through your day meal planning, they would literally never sign up with me. And so the gift that 2B Mindset is to me is such a blessing. And so knowing what your people need, it's exactly, get good leaders ask great questions. And so I just try my best to just keep narrowing it down to figure out how I can help them. And this is a skill you guys will work on and have. This is why we have to invite every day and have conversations so that you guys can practice. 2B is seriously the best. I know. Okay, so I don't know if you guys saw, I'm going to share my screen real quick, kind of switching gears. Every single time that I update my Zoom, it literally messes up my entire computer. It's making me try to reset my computer. I want to kill you right now. Okay. one more try. And if not, then I'll just have to explain it to you guys. I did upload 2 new graphics in our team page that explains how personally what my script looks like when I'm offering someone to sign up as a discount coach. I don't like using the term discount coach. Hold on, I'm really trying to get it to, oh, it's gonna let me share, cool. Oh, that's my little thing that I'm making from Angie's call last night. I'm not a huge scripts person because I feel like you really have to find your voice and figure out what's going to work for you, but I'm a huge advocate, again, of sharing what's working for me. So this is loaded into the team page. I just posted it so that you don't have to search for it later. It is in the units section, but I really make sure that I share my excitement. If I was just like, hey, do you want to sign up as a coach and get 25% off? Hard no. This is why finding your voice and getting excited to serve your client and coach is so exciting. I think that process alone brings so much confidence to the table. And so I tell them, like, hey, I'm so excited for you to get started with me and start making some big changes for your lifestyle. I think that word is important for me personally because I don't want them to think that this is like a 30-day thing or a 21-day thing. I want them to know that you are in my hands now and we're going to work together and we're going to do whatever we have to do to make this work for the next 3, 4, 6, 12, 24, whatever months. Okay? And so as I'm talking with them about what they want and they say, okay, I want to do the 3-day refresh and Shakeology. Okay? If that's what they decide on. I don't bring up the discount coach offer until we've just picked what they want. Okay, I think that sometimes throwing it in earlier is just too much because you're asking a lot of questions about their goals and Shakeology or performance line or whatever the conversation is. So I think that finding your way with this is really going to build your confidence to always offer this. And so I basically copy and pasted and added in a couple things from an Instagram conversation I had. So I say also, I just want you to know that we have some options for you to think about when it comes to saving on your health and fitness needs. I'm a huge, like, I tell you guys this all the time. If it's buy 2, get 1 free, I don't care, I'm doing it. Like, even if I don't need it, I'm the person who's buying 2 to get 1 free. So if you're like me, I'm all about the savings. So I wanted to make sure you knew about the option to enroll as what I call a VIP customer. I enroll a lot of my clients as coaches, VIP customers, so that they can take advantage of the same discount that I get on my products each month. I don't know if you guys have ever had the conversation with someone, but they're like, oh, do you get free Beachbody stuff? Like, they assume that because we work for Beachbody that they give us free stuff. And I'm like, no, but I get 25% off. So I think it's great to like align with them and say like, hey, I can give you the same savings and the same discount that I get. You would save 25% off your products each month. That each month is also important because I don't want someone to sign up as a discount coach if they're just planning to cancel the next month. Completely pointless to do that. You would save 25% off your products each month. And since this is all about making this a lifestyle, this might be a good idea for you. I like to think of this as my Costco membership for health and fitness needs. You would save $15 on each product. And I wrote about because it can vary depending on what they're buying. And I use my stuff every day, so the savings do add up. It doesn't cost you anything extra today to sign up as a coach either. Would you like me to enroll you as a coach so you can save? The open-ended question at the end, it's a very casual, fun, open conversation. And in case you're wondering where I explain the $15.95, that throws a lot of people off. And so I really feel like all they care about is the savings. Someone's gonna pay $15.95 and they're still gonna save $15 on Shakeology. It's something I explain in an email after they sign up. So it's really just explaining the price breakdowns. So I explain the price breakdowns, including the coach fee, and how even with the $15.95, they're still saving on products. People really need to know that. They're going to see $15.95. They need to know that, you know, customer retail Shakeology is $130, and they're going to pay substantially less. So in their second, oops. There's a typo there, but whatever. If they're not sure about signing up as a discount coach, at sign up, I follow up with them 2 weeks after they get their stuff and discuss converting from customer to coach if they love their products. If someone doesn't love Shakeology, probably not going to discuss converting to coach. Okay. But if they love it and they're like, this is exactly what I needed, we're going to have that conversation. So it's good to have a reminder set up. That's why I believe in having a challenger list, and I write down the date that they signed up. And I just basically every week, who needs a check-in, you know, because you should be checking in with your people anyway. I wrote down here, I'm going to stop sharing for a second. When you're offering this discount coach option, I know that there's a lot of fear around it and people just kind of feel weird. And it's funny, Katie had asked, you know, my coaches and everyone was so excited to offer this because of the Muscle Burns Fat coach exclusive window, right? It was kind of like a no-brainer, like, oh, if you want MBF, you have to sign up as a coach because this is how it works. And so what's funny is when she asked me that question is, I was like, I think it's just a mindset shift, right? And so the fact that there was no other option on August 7th to the 27th, it's just really remembering that I am their health and wellness dealer. I am their health and wellness mentor. I literally take so much pride and responsibility that I am the person that's going to help you get these results. And I think it's so special that I get to offer you savings. Like, not offering it, I think, is rude. No offense to anyone, but like, imagine going into Costco or like a store and them not telling you about the deal, or you ring something up, but then your friend gets the deal. Like, I would be pissed because I'm a person who's all about the savings. So I feel like you really have to embrace and take ownership that you are their health and fitness mentor, and not offering them at least the option, okay? At least the option. That's something that we really have to embrace, because as of August 7th, you guys could do it just as easy, you know what I mean? And I didn't position it necessarily as like, well, you have to sign up as a coach on August 7th. I say you can sign up August 7th as a coach and continue to save on your products every month going forward, or you can wait as a customer and sign up on the 27th. No one wanted to wait. And so it was just, they were going off of what I was leading with, which was my excitement to help them save. And so the first couple times you might kind of suck at it. So maybe take my script and work with it. But the blessing in what we do, guys, is I would say 90% of the time you're typing this and you're not having to say it. Although one day, I'm actually doing a Zoom today with one of my clients. She's one of my old neighbors, a long-time customer of mine, and I'm doing a Zoom with her, and I'm gonna have to like verbally say this to her. So there might be some times where you actually have to say it out loud, but don't have fear as you play around with how you type it out. Just lead with that passion, that love. You're offering them a discount. Like, I don't know, I'm really excited to offer that to them. So I think that just having a little bit of a mindset shift with that, you know, just be honest. Like, are you just scared because you feel like you're trying to sell them something? Or are you remembering that you're offering them to save on their products going forward? I don't know. I speak on so many calls I can't remember. But at this stage of my business, I gauge saying I'm going to sign you up as a coach versus the script I just gave you, which is, here are your options. You can sign up as a customer, as a coach. I gauge it off their excitement. Like the girl that I was talking to about MBF that was like, don't want to do that. She's a vegan, so she wasn't sure about her meal plans. I gave her a sample. She wasn't too sure. If she comes to me today and says, I want to sign up, I'm just going to give her the option and she can decide. I give the option with confidence. But when someone is like, oh my God, I used to drink Shakeology 3 years ago and I miss it so bad, you know that I'm signing up that person. You know what I mean? Like if they're just like, take my money, sign me up, like I'm just going to tell them basically the same thing, but rather than using the word option. So that's how I do business. You guys can decide how you want to do it. Yeah, and also if you guys didn't know, oh my God, this chainsaw is so loud. Megan was saying she still signs most people up as discount coaches, because if you sign up 5 coaches in 5 weeks, you do get a $100 bonus, and it's great. For me, the amount of people that I was signing up over the years, it was just way too much back and forth of people signing up to quit, to not get Shakeology. You know what I mean? So like, I wanted to keep my organization clean of people who want to stay here with me. But the awesome thing is you can do this any way you want, but regardless, all my customers that buy challenge packs get the follow-up with the opportunity for them to convert. So let me go back to sharing my screen, because I did make a graphic, not that you guys need to see the screen, but how to convert customer to coach. So they will need to pay the $40 enrollment fee, but they will get it reimbursed if they have purchased a challenge pack prior. So the easiest way to do it is to send them a share cart. So you just type in their email that they have on file, and then it gives you the option to enroll as customer or coach. There's a little button. You hit coach, and then you click enroll as coach without purchase. The $40 business starter kit will go into the cart, and that's how Beachbody will take their customer profile and convert it to a coach. It's the easiest way to do it. I don't have anyone call into customer service because customer service sometimes isn't the greatest, you know what I mean? So anytime that I can just do something and just have it done with a form, I'm all about it. So then if they are eligible for the $40 to be reimbursed because they purchased a challenge pack 6 months ago, it doesn't matter when they purchased it. You will have to know their challenge pack purchase date, just so you know. I didn't put that on here, but so they will check out, they'll pay the $40, and I tell them to let me know when they get their welcome email from Beachbody with their coach ID. You'll also need the last 4 of their credit card that they use to pay for the $40 and their birthday. If you don't want to ask them that and you want them to fill out the form, you can literally send them the refund request form. I just try to go the extra mile and do it for my people. And so it's FAQ 2033, and there's a refund request form link that they fill out. So that's the process, and I do this multiple times a month. I didn't know if there was questions. But yeah, share a cart is the easiest way to sign them up. Does anyone have any questions about that part?
I have a question, Colleen.
Yes.
So, by the way, I guess I didn't read the email well enough because I thought the promo codes were eligible for the MBF challenge pack. So anyways, that person who I signed up with the MBF challenge pack the other day, I usually just like kind of how you said, I didn't realize I was doing it, but I do kind of gauge it off of like their energy. So like if she was really pumped, so I sent her the link to sign up as a discount coach because she like has a really busy schedule but was really interested in Shakeology, and she's like, hey, I saw that it said coach, do I have to be a coach to do this? And I was like, no, absolutely not. I usually just sign up all my girls as discount coaches because I want you to get the best value for like Shakeology or any other products we have on the website, but it's totally not required. You don't have to be a coach. And then she was like, okay, cool. Like I want to do it like that. I don't mind paying the extra money every month. So do you think it would be worth it in like a couple weeks to reach out to that person again and just be like, hey, like, how are you liking Shakeology? I just wanted to check in with you. And like double check and make sure you don't want to switch your account so that you can get the savings every month.
100% I would. So for me, like the way that the flow of my business goes is if you buy a 2-week trial from me, you're getting a 2-week follow-up. I feel like the first week people like don't even open the thing for the first 4 days. And then like the first day they like, I don't know. I feel like the first week is like, you don't even count. And then like the second week is their first full week of probably diving in and even using anything. Back in the days of when they actually used to get their stuff in 7 days. So time's a little different now. So I do send them a welcome email showing them how to get started. And then of course, I hope to see them in my virtual wellness studio. I add them, and then as soon as they accept the invite, I do like a little, what are those image text boxes called? I don't even know. You know, like welcome so-and-so to the virtual wellness studio, and everyone welcomes them. And then I usually try to, in the next 48 hours, check in and say, hey, I just wanted to make sure that you got my new challenger welcome email, and it shows you how to use Beachbody on demand. I usually try to do that because I'm just excited for them to start. But then at 2 weeks, I'm thinking about this home direct order that they have on file. I know it's kind of weird with 2 weeks right now because they're not getting their stuff soon, but let's just like for illustrative purposes say that they are. I would check in and make sure that they know how to make their shake, that they're enjoying it. Sometimes people, even though I tell them you need to blend it with some frozen fruit, like make it the best thing part of your day, add some healthy fats like almond butter. Like some people still are like choose to go shake chalky powder in water, and then they're like, Shakeology sucks. So I really make it my job to make sure that they're making their products right. And then if they're like, oh my God, it's the best thing since sliced bread, I'm like, okay, remember that discount I talked about? If you want this week, we can get you switched over to make sure that you save that extra money on your bag of Shakeology next month. And so that has always been my process. First, I make sure that they are getting started. I make sure that they're enjoying the process. I make sure that they're loving their products. And again, switching kind of topics, talking on the business end of things and income, success, this is where Success Club is tricky. Success Club is awesome and amazing, but if we only think about Success Club and we don't realize that having your customer stay on Shakeology for month 2, 3, 4, and so on, that is the ticket to success in this business long term. The Success Club points is the start, but the retention in this business is the long-term success, because the products that they are using is how you earn money on team cycle bonuses. Yes, you get paid commission and things like that as your team grows, or I should say that was backwards. You get commission as a customer. If they're signed up as discount coaches, then that's where the volume is coming from. Insert go watch compensation training videos if you have not. This month we're going to be talking about why Success Club is important. We're also going to be talking about on our coffee chats why Emerald is important. We're also going to be talking about why Diamond is important, because Diamond is built off of people who are signed up as coaches purchasing products. And so I'm not going to get into income and stuff right now. I'm totally going off on a tangent, but I get excited about it. For me, the most important thing that we do as coaches is the check-ins, the accountability. Are you having a great experience? If you're in the Diamond Dash, you're going to learn about the 5-star customer experience from Pat Ryleman. He has built a successful business because he gives people a great experience, not just at signing them up, but at also cultivating that relationship so that they get excited to stay and use their products and work with you. So that was my 10-minute answer, Kiana. I can't help it. So that's my process, like the 2-week check-in, and that if she's loving it, totally 100%, every single person, you should ask them, whether it's Shakeology or not, any product at all. I'm thirsty. Does anyone else have a question? Okay, cool. So I asked Katie and Haley just to kind of come chat and give us some tips and things like that. So Katie, I'll pick on you first. So like I said, Katie had never hit Success Club before, and she hit Success Club 10 last month. She's been slaying the virtual wellness studio. Some of her best friends have been getting signed up, and we're all working out together in the morning. It's just so exciting for me to watch her take this to new levels. And so I had asked Katie to share some things maybe that helped her hit Success Club 10 last month. So do you want to share?
When you asked me that, my immediate thought was I just threw spaghetti at the wall. So I appreciate that I had a few hours to even process what did I do. So I know it's nothing new, and all I can really do is replay what happened in the last couple of weeks. And I work out before work. So at 5:30 a.m., I'm in the Zoom room with a couple of the girls in the virtual wellness studio. And as soon as I get done, I go into my laundry room and I'm buzzing off the Energize, and the endorphins are flowing, and I just get on there and I talk to my people every day. And they know that every morning when they turn to my page, I'm going to be there with a little slice of advice. And as soon as we got the info on MBF, I started feeding that in there. I use the Unfold app to cut out the sizzle reel so it didn't have any program or product names on it, just made it look really juicy and let people know when I would be starting it. And then when Megan spoke on our team call, I cut out clips that was like, here I am with here's me and my coach, here's me meeting the trainer, so that they could see they're like, how do they know, how does she know this girl, and that I had this one-on-one opportunity with the lady who had created this. And then the clip that I kept putting on replay was the modifier. And my thing is, I don't want to attract people that look just like me. In a lot of ways, I think that I'm in this season where I might not be relatable. I'm not married. I don't have kids. I don't have this huge, physical transformation. So to be able to show this lady that was I've dropped 61 pounds in the clip, when she says she'll tell you she modified 90% of the moves, I played that 20 times over. And then that night I took down a ton of notes from her. So I just got on there every morning and read through my notes and was like, here's what the play-by-play is going to be. And each day we're going to do this, and just hyped people up for so long. Like, I did all of T20 before this program even came out, and I talked about this every single morning. And then I think the turning point for me, where I became more available and had something new to offer, and I think what really helped me last month, was that I've transitioned into working from home. So I've used my lunch break to connect with the girls in the virtual wellness studio. It started at noon, we pushed it back to 12:30 so Colleen could get on, but every day we work out together at 12:30. So what my new invite is get on this call with us, try this workout with me, and meet the people that I hang out with. So it's a 10-minute chat, and I just tell people, we get on there, we laugh our asses off for 10 minutes, and then we do a workout together. And it has been getting them plugged in and doing that workout with me, and seeing that we're all struggling and that we're all normal people, that when we get off, I'm like, did you like it? And they're like, I loved it. And like the last 3 people that signed up, it was just because they had a chance to run through it with me, and then they can get on there and do it with us throughout it. So I think that was the turning point. And then I have always struggled with getting people turned on to the nutrition program, because I think I've created that financial barrier myself of like, it's a whole nother $100 and I got to figure out like which one is the right fit for you. So this new promo is exactly what I needed to be able to offer them the total solution, so they say. And so what I think has really helped, and what I've been sharing with my coaches, is that graphic that gives the price breakdown, because I'm not creating that barrier. I'm showing them, letting them make the decision, and then telling them I paid $120 for each of these nutrition plans. And I'm the type of person that, like, when I get a hotel room, I want the jacuzzi suite and the king bed. And so I think that I attract those people too, that once they see that, like, I can get all of this stuff and save, that's what they've been going for. So I think that those graphics are key, and going forward, if we can keep those alive, that's very helpful. And then I'm not doing much of, like, I suck at texting. Like, I have so many, like, my texts don't even make sense. So I do everything voice message now, and people are voice messaging me back, and they're video messaging me back. So I think that they're just feeding off that energy. And I think that that's where I gained a lot of trust in this, is that I'm just super passionate about it. So starting the conversation with that. And then the very last thing that I just wanted to throw out there was, I consider myself a full catalog coach. I've tried every vegan supplement that we sell. So when I show them that graphic about the Shakeology, I have like the whole breakdown of, for me, like, okay, how Jatana calls it, like, her sexy mama shake or whatever, like, that would never work for me. Like, I'm gonna tell you the science behind how this shit is grown and how it works and the hormonal balance. Like, I'm gonna give you more information than what you probably need. And people walk away from chatting with me with Super Life in their checkout cart on Amazon, and their plans to binge watch the new Netflix show. Like, I'm giving them all the information. So I think having just tried everything, that I just explain the whole thing front to back of how I came into it, how it worked for me, and why I continue to use it. And that's how I'm turning people onto it.
With that being said, everyone needs to go follow Katie on Instagram right now. If you guys need that daily success inspiration, like, literally, I kept thanking Katie, because she really has taken the virtual wellness studio when I was going through my shitstorm of life, and she carried it for me. And so when I would need that inspiration or energy to show up and, like, want to help people, because when you're going through hard stuff, it's really hard to want to help people, right? And so Katie was giving me that strength to come up with new ideas. I'm like, oh, look at how she's talking about the mushrooms and the adaptogens and Shakeology. And so I was just like, okay, Colleen, you need to get creative in your own way and how you're going to share the products that you love. And so, Katie, I think everything that you just said was basically consistency. Every day, people know that they are going to come in here and they know what they're going to get. Also, sharing how it's working for you and sharing the value, but you're doing it in your own way, right? And so, earlier I come on here and I say, share the value, but it's so hard for me sometimes to help you guys figure out what your value is. So if I can give you guys any tips, fall in love with Beachbody and the products and the programs, and I feel like the rest kind of just naturally happens. I have like something in my eyeball right now. So that's why I love looking at, how like Janelle shares or Candace shares, or just like all the girls. I might just be stalking my girls, but I'm always getting new, fresh ideas of how to share things. It's in my eyeball. Okay. Kate_Rainey. Thank you. So for time purposes, I'll stop blabbing, and I asked Haley to come on and just kind of, thank you, Katie, by the way. That was amazing. You're such a good speaker. And you're a great writer. I kind of giggled when you said that your text sucks. So I'm like, you're one of the best posters on your team. So give yourself some credit. I asked Haley to come on and share a little bit about what she's going to do with all of her contagious energy and her progress and growth. And if I know we have mamas on this team, so you guys can probably relate to a lot of Haley. And even if you're not, I know that the girls on this team that are helping people, they have families too. So I feel like even if you're not a mom, like everything that we always share on this team just helps because people have families, So Haley, what you got for us?
Hello. Okay, so the only thing I want to say about promo codes is I have to keep things very simple in my life. And so I love the idea of creating your own packages, like you were saying, Colleen. That actually is really helpful for me because what I usually do is I'm just using it as another step in our step down method. And so if somebody for some reason doesn't want the NBF challenge pack, then I can say, hey, I have an option that's $20 cheaper, but you're going to get less. It's not, in my opinion, it's not the best value, but if it still works for you, here's a promo code. And so I'm just using it as another step down in the step down method when I'm talking to people about what works for them as far as budget. And then I mostly wanted to talk about, though, what you guys can use and what I'm using for the Team Cup to not only like stay inspired this month, but continue hitting Success Club from now on without getting burnt out and stuff like that. And so my number one tip for it, and the reason I came up with this is because I've done every Team Cup before that I've ever been a coach. This is my 5th year. Actually, I'm into my 5th year coaching. So this is my 4th or 5th Team Cup, and this is the first one that I'm actually participating and excited about. And so I asked myself, what is the difference? And it's that I'm having fun. I'm actually having fun doing this. It's not something that is I'm not good with challenges. And so when challenges arise in my life, I kind of back off. And so I stopped seeing it as this challenge and started just having fun with it. And so I started to see everything this month, starting August 1st, the Team Cup, what for me is this huge month of learning and growing. So I started seeing every single thing as a lesson, as growth, as something positive. So I'm 10xing my efforts. I'm doing my business activity tracker at least 2 times a day because I'm really trying. Talking to people, I'm keeping things so simple by using our third-party resources that we have. But I'm staying excited, and every single time I get a no or someone doesn't respond back to me, I'm excited about it. I'm telling myself, okay, that's one no closer to a yes. That's just one step closer to me feeling less awkward when people don't respond to me. I know one day I'm not going to give a shit, but now I do. So I'm using this month to 10x all of those invites to learn how to not care. So next month, when people don't respond to me, I'm going to be so much stronger in my inbox because I 10x'd my efforts and I grew myself as a coach. And so I'm seeing every single thing as a win, as a lesson, as something to be excited about, and I'm sharing this with my team. So I not only within my team page, but my Team Cup team, we have a message thread going on. And you have to ask yourself, what is the vibe of your group? Because you are going to have to prime yourself, but also your group every single day. I consider myself the leader of the group because it's all my PS coaches. And I'm trying to teach them how to prime themselves every single day. So when they wake up, we're excited and we have a plan. We're thinking what are we grateful for today? What is our top 3 priorities? And we're getting excited about it. And so what is your vibe of your group? Ours is super silly. And so every time we have any type of win, we put the little eggplant emoji. And so it's just kind of fun. It just like makes our whole team, like we all giggle, ha ha ha. And then we're like, you know, who'd you help? What happened? And we all talk about it. We get really excited for each other. You know, every single day we're sharing our activity trackers. We're sharing, hey, I just talked to this person and she was like not cool and nice to me. And then we're all supporting each other. You know, we're staying excited throughout all of it. So even when we're feeling super awkward, I'm going to call out Amanda Moore. I know she's probably going to poop herself when I even say her name, but she has been getting like so uncomfortable in her inbox because she has super severe social anxiety. And so every single time she sends messages, she comes into our message thread and she's like, oh my God, like I have such bad anxiety, but this is what I'm doing about it. And then all of us can be like, go girl, get it, jif, 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 eggplant, 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 you know, and it just is exciting and fun. And so if you don't have like a message thread going on, even if it's, you know, I've been on Team Cup teams where the vibe wasn't there. Like I was that student that would go to school and I took over all the projects because people didn't have the passion I did and it would annoy the crap out of me. And so I would just do it all. And so I've been a part of those teams where people don't have that energy and they're not willing to bring it. And so if that's your situation, then find other people that do have your energy. You don't have to be a part of like the Team Cup, like with your team. You could still participate for yourself to grow. Figure out, find a success partner, find a Team Cup pod that will put you in their message thread and like adopt you, whatever, you know, whatever you have to do to stay excited about it. I think that has been like such a game changer for us. And then I wanted to say, also it's really helped us bond. And so I feel like my whole team is growing because we're all really getting to know each other and like showing our personalities and supporting each other big time. And we're just having fun, you know? So priming yourself, which if you guys don't know what that means, every single day when I wake up in the morning, I've been trying to wake up before Veda, but I co-sleep. And so like sometimes that doesn't really happen. And so I wake up on the defensive most of the time. And so I have to take a step away from her in the morning to prime myself in the bathroom. And I think of the 3 things I'm grateful for. So that immediately takes away my frustration and my irritability and like that flustered feeling. And it allows me to feel calm and grateful and just like happy for life. And then I set out my top 3 priorities. I just put it on a Post-it note. What are my top 3 priorities for the day? That way it gets out of my brain and I'm not constantly trying to think about it while making breakfast and cleaning up toys and having someone screaming at me. It's on a piece of paper. I have my business activity tracker right there. I figure out in my head, I just mentally do it. What are going to be my power pockets for the day? When am I going to get things done? And then I can come back, you know, I take some breaths and I really just imagine, what is my vision? Why am I even showing up? Because most people will just go about their days on autopilot and then wonder why nothing's changing. And it's important for us to make that switch first thing in the morning when we wake up and to remember, why are we putting the effort into priming ourselves every day to have a good day, to see everything as growth, to get things done intentionally. Why are we doing this? What is your vision? So make sure that you have your vision in your head every single day. Hang it up on your kitchen wall where you see it. Share it with your Team Cup team and just get really excited. Like have fun. Take the pressure off of it and just have fun. So that's all I really had. I think that like if you can really master just having fun and seeing everything as a growing experiences and 10xing your efforts, it's going to lead over into the next month because you can take a break and not beat yourself up over it. Plus you'll still have that momentum going. So that's all I had.
You know what I just realized as both you ladies finished? This is why I go to people's pages, because basically you could be on a coffee chat all day with people. Not all day, you shouldn't do that all day. But, you know, when you're scrolling on social media, be intentional with it. Like, go to the people who fill your cup, because this is how Haley and this is how Katie talk on their stories. And so just gives you that, momentum that you need to go through your day and go do the thing. So if you feel like you need more of what you just heard, that's why I think watching people and what they're doing is so special. And just for those watching the recording, Katie made a great point as Haley was talking about, you know, when they get no's or when they get objections, that's one answer closer to getting a yes. And Katie made the point that when you get no's or objections, it's a great way to build content. And so if someone, you know, has a money objection or a time objection, it's a really great opportunity for you to, you know, speak in your stories to, hey, I used to be someone who didn't have a lot of time, and here's how I was able to work this into my life. And then you speak to it. So that's sharing that value and your superpower. So I wanted to share that too. Cool. Wow. I was going to say more, but I'm not, because we are an hour in and enough is enough, because I talk a lot. And thank you to everyone who participated, everyone for coming. I always love seeing your faces, and I will post this recording as soon as it's uploaded. So thank you again, ladies. Rock on August. See you later.